Hello students, today we'll be learning numerical integration. In numerical integration, there are different methods like trapezoidal rule, Simpson's one-third rule, Simpson's three-eighth rule, Gauss quadrature 2.3 point method, and in double integration, we are going to solve the double integration by using trapezoidal rule. First, we'll see what is the meaning of integration. You can see over here a curve y is equal to fx. To integrate means to unite or to combine the part as a whole. Here you can see a curve y is equal to fx. The area under the curve, you can see the area under the curve between the limits a and b. Integration is the evaluation of this area. That means when we are finding or when we are doing integration, we are finding the area under the curve defined between the limits. So if a function is given to you and if you plot the curve of that function and if definite limits are given to you a and b, you have to find the area between these limits a and b. That will be the value of their integration. Now finding the area analytically is very difficult. As you know, we use numerical methods when the problems are difficult. So for this we are going to use different methods like trapezoidal rule is there, Simpson's one-third rule is there, three-eighth rule is there. One by one we will see these methods. Now first one we'll see is the trapezoidal rule. Consider a curve y is equal to fx. The limits are given a and b. We have to find the area below the curve between these limits. So what we will do is that we'll first divide the area into equal parts, and then you can see over here we have divided the area into equal parts, and then like this over here you can see in this slide we have divided the areas into equal part. Delta x is the distance on the x-axis which is equal, and y0, y1, y2, y3, y4, y5 and y6, this we are going to evaluate. These are the axis, or you can say we are going to evaluate this y is equal to fx. Now you can see over here the total curve is divided into different areas and it forms a trapezoid. Like you can see over here it forms a trapezoid, or you can see we are dividing the curve into number of trapezoids, and we have to obtain the area by adding this area of all the trapezoids. You know, area of trapezoid is given by h by 2 bracket p plus q. You can see here over here in the below figure, area of trapezoid is given as area is equal to h by 2 p plus q. This is known as a typical trapezoid, but in our curve that we are divided into different areas, it is a rectangular trapezoid. Rectangular trapezoid means what? You can see the edges, they are parallel to the base, they are at 90 degree to the base. So the area of one trapezoid, like you will see in the small figure, a typical trapezoid is given over here. The area of that trapezoid will be given by delta x into y0 plus y1 divided by 2, or half y0 plus y1 into delta x. In this way, area of each trapezoid we are going to find out and then add, and the final total area will be given by the area of all trapezoids. Now we can simplify this trapezoid rule for n trapezoids. How it is possible? So area will be equal to delta x will be common factor for all, in bracket y0 by 2 plus y1 plus y2 plus y3 and so on up till yn by 2. So this is nothing but the trapezoidal rule, or this is the formula for trapezoidal rule. How to obtain the value of delta x? See, a is the initial limit, b is the final limit. So delta x is nothing but initial limit, final limit minus initial limit. You can see over here delta x is equal to b, final limit, minus a, initial limit, upon n. N is what? The number of strips. Generally we call it as number of strips or number of trapezoids required. You generally call it as number of strips. It will be given in the problem, and accordingly we have to find out the value of delta x. Now we also need to find out the value of y0, y1, y2, y3 up till yn. So what is y0? Y0 is equal to, in the function, given function, we have to replace the value of x by a. The function will be given to you. In that function you have to replace the value of x by a. What will be y1? Y1 will be nothing but f bracket a plus delta x. Like this you have to, the value of x increases by delta x up till b. So y1 will be equal to f a plus delta x. Similarly you can see y2 is equal to f a plus twice delta x. So you can find out the value of y0, y1, y2 up till yn, which is nothing but equal to function of b. So y0 is function of a, yn is function of b. This is nothing but the trapezoidal rule. In simple parts, or in simply, you have to define the trapezoidal rule by this formula. All of you got it? Which is equal to delta x y0 plus 2 plus y1 y2 plus y3 dash 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 up till yn by 2. Now things to be noted about this trapezoidal rule: we get better approximation if we take more trapezoids. The more trapezoids you are going to take, the more better approximation, or the more accurate results you are going to get. But it has some limit. The more trapezoids we take, delta x tends to 0. In this way, the this is the trapezoidal rule. Now we are going to see the example for this trapezoidal rule. Consider an example. Now here in this example you can see, using n is equal to 5. N is equal to 5 is nothing but n is equal to number of strips. Approximate the integral. The limits are given 0 to 1. Function is what? Delta x square plus 1 dx. Function is delta x square plus 1. So you have to find the value of this integral. This integral, it is known as definite integral. When we say definite, when it has some limiting values like 0 and 1. Now here you can see in the solution, a is your initial limit, which is 0, b is the final limit, which is equal to 1, and the width of each trapezoid is given by, you have to find the delta x, which is common for all trapezoids. Delta x is equal to b minus a upon n. B value is 1, a is 0, so 1 minus 0 divided by n, which is equal to 5. So we are getting the value of delta x as 0.2. Now the value of x, it goes on increasing by 0.2. Like we are starting, x is initial value, x initial value is 0, x final value is 1. So the first point will be 0, x will be 0, then x1 will be equal to 0.2, x2 will be equal to 0.4, x3 will be equal to 0.6. Like this, the value of x, it goes on increasing by an increment of 0.2. So we have to find out the value of y0, y1, y2, y3 like this. So first we are going to find out the value of y0, which is nothing but f a. F a is nothing but f, value of a is 0. So f0 value we are going to find out, which is nothing but 1. Now you have to find out the value of y1. So just you have to add delta x in a. You have to add the increment in a. So the next value y1 will be equal to f 0.2. So you have to substitute the value of 0. You have to substitute the value of x as 0.2 in the function, that is under root x square plus 1, and you have to find the value of y1, which is equal to 1.0198039. Similarly, find out y2. Again add 0.2, which is the increment in the previous value. So 0.2 plus 0.2, it is f 0.4. So replacing the value of x by 0.4, you are going to get the answer as 1.077330. Like this you have to add till your final limit occurs, that is 1. So finally we are getting the value of y5 is equal to f1. So you have to substitute the value of 1 in the function, and you will get the value of f y5 equal to 1.4142136. Now what we have to do is that we have to apply the trapezoidal rule. So the formula for trapezoidal rule is delta x y0 in bracket y0 by 2 plus y1 plus y2 plus y3 so on till yn by 2. This is the formula. Now here our y0 is 1, so 1 by 2 in the bracket plus y1 plus y2 plus y3 plus y4, and last yn is nothing but y5, so y5 by 2. So we have substituted the values in the formula and we have obtained the answer as 1.150. So the integral of 0 to 1 under root x square plus 1 dx is nothing but 1.150. So this is a trapezoidal rule which can be used for n number of strips. It's a very simple rule, and previously we are finding the integrals. Previously we were finding the integrals by arithmetical means. Now we are finding the integrals by numerical method. So this is the first method that we have learned, that is the trapezoidal rule. Now we will go on to next rule, which is known as Simpson's 1/3 rule. Now previously in trapezoidal rule we use straight lines to model a curve. A curve y is equal to fx was given to you. We had used straight lines to model a curve, but in Simpson's 1/3 rule, or in Simpson's rule, we are going to use parabola to approximate each part of the curve. This method is very efficient and it's generally more accurate. We divide the area into n equal segments of width delta x, in the similar way that we have done for trapezoidal rule. But this Simpson's rule is more accurate than trapezoidal rule, as the curve, or to model a curve in trapezoidal rule we are using straight lines. To model a curve in Simpson's rule we are using parabola. In trapezoidal rule we are finding the area of the trapezoid. In Simpson's rule we are finding the area below the parabola. Like this you can see the curve is divided into different parabolas and we are finding the area below this parabola. Now Simpson's rule, the formula for Simpson's rule is area is equal to, the integration is given to you, limits are a to b fx dx. So first we are finding the value of delta x, which is nothing but b minus a final value minus initial value upon n. N is number of strips. The formula is delta x by 3 y0 plus 4y1 plus 2y2 plus 4y3 plus 2y4, so on up till yn. Now seeing the formula, it seems a little bit difficult. We can simplify this formula as below. We can write Simpson's rule by grouping it as follows: delta x by 3 y0 plus 4 into all odd terms plus 2 into all even terms plus yn. The more simple way you can see below: delta x by 3 first term plus 4 into sum of all odd terms, that is y1, y3, y5, y7 and so on, plus 2 into sum of all even terms, that is y2, y4, y6 and so on, plus last term. So this is the formula for Simpson's 1/3 rule. Why 1/3 rule? Because you can see the delta x, it is multiplied by 1 by 3, therefore it is known as Simpson's 1/3 rule. And one thing you have to remember about this Simpson's rule 1/3 rule is that the n, that is number of steps, it should be even number, n should be even, then only we can apply this rule. Okay, likewise trapezoidal rule, it can be applied for even and or both, but Simpson's rule 1/3 rule, it should be applied for even numbers only. We'll say example of Simpson's 1/3 rule. Integrate dx 1 upon x plus 1 dx. The limits are given, initial limit to final limit 3, using Simpson rule with n is equal to 4. Here you can see the number of steps n, it is equal to 4, which is nothing but even number. Now solution: first we are going to find out the value of delta x. Delta x is equal to b minus a upon n. The formula remains the same for all. So 3 minus 2 by 4 is equal to 0.25. Now we are going to find out the value of y0, y1, y2 as we have found out for trapezoidal rule. The function is 1 upon x plus 1. We are going to substitute the value of initial limit to and to final limit, but in increments. So we have found out the value of y0 to y4. So the area or the integration of this, the answer will be equal to area, which is nothing but delta x by 3 first term plus last term plus 4 into summation or addition of all odd terms plus 2 into addition of all even terms. In this way the answer obtained is 0.2876831. So this is nothing but the Simpson's 1/3 rule. One thing you have to keep in mind is that this is applied only when the n is equal to even number of steps are even. Thank you.